Welcome back, children. So we have learned about chrysophytes. No, what is the best example for chrysophytes? Diatom. Actually, diatom is the collective name only. Collective name for so many chrysophytes groups. Okay, collective name for all the chrysophytes groups only. Diatom. So here, what are the common use of diatom? No, we want to know the common uses of diatom also. Normally, the diatom, this diatom can be used as a cleaning agent in toothpaste, and also we can use it as a metal polishers. And this diatom were added to the some of the paint, and also this diatoms they'll add it to the room as a soundproof room also, and it is act as a insulating material in the refrigerator also. This because of its hard nature, because of the nature of silica, it was added. It will be in the refrigerator as a insulating materials also. And normally and what are the other uses? And we know it is an chief producers in the marine. And these are the some common uses of diatom. Okay, so diatom is a collective term for all those algae which comes under chrysophytes. Is that clear, children? So next we'll move on to dinoflagellates. Okay, dinoflagellate means, here you want to remember how we have learned in chrysophytes, that is golden color. And dinoflagellates, actually this is also algae only. This is a photosynthetic algae. So where it will be means it will be in marine only. And before what we saw in that, that is only we can see in freshwater also and marine also, but in dinoflagellate we can see only in marine, not in the freshwater. And it will also appear in yellow color, green color, brown, blue, yellow, green, brown, blue, and even in red color also. It will depend on the main pigments which is present in the cells. So how I told in chrysophytes, phycocyanin, like that, based on pigments we can call it as phycocyanin, phycoerythrin, like that, presence of based on some pigments, different kinds of algae we can able to see. And here the cell wall is not made up of cellulose, with here the cell wall is cell wall is not made up of silica, the cell wall is made up of cellulose only. And here normally the organisms will possess two flagella. So it is an algae only, but it will possess two flagella, means here I don't want a passive movement. Actively they can able to move with the flagella. That's why we can call it as dinoflagellates. Why we are call it as dinoflagellate means it will possess two flagella. Okay, it will possess two flagella. That's why we can call it as dinoflagellate. And what is the common example for dinoflagellate means? Common example for dinoflagellate is guanalax. Okay, what is the common example for dinoflagellates? Common example is guanalax. And normally this is an algae, continuously it will grow within a short period. How we have learned in grade 10 regarding eutrophication, algal bloom. With that, if sunlight is available, if more amount of nutrition in the water bodies means automatically continuously it will divide, and it started to occupy in the whole water. Similarly, this red dinoflagellate like guanalax, it will undergo such rapid multiplication and that make the sea appear red. So now look at this slide, children. Even the sea become red in color because of the red dyes. Okay, what is that cause? Dinoflagellates, guanalax. And normally if it is enormously increasing, it is a pollution only, children, and it started to release so many toxins. Okay, so these toxins are released by a large number, so automatically it will even kill the marine organisms like fish, marine animals, and also that is marine animals, most probably fishes, and also other animals also will start to die because of the toxins which was released by the guanalax. Guanalax is your dinoflagellates. So here you want to remember very simple concept. Dinoflagellate also photosynthetic algae, and here the algae will be in many color, not only one color. It will be in yellow, green, brown, blue and red depending upon pigments what is present in its body. And here the cell wall is made up of cellulose, not a silica. And here a body contains two flagella means, so we can call it as dinoflagellates. Example for that, gonalax. And often it will multiply quickly, so the whole area become red in color. Normally it started to release toxins and it will leads to death of other animals. Why they need to release toxins? Because they need to safeguard, they need to escape from the predators. For that they used to release toxins. That's all about the dinoflagellates. Next we'll move on to the next category, euglenoids. So this euglenoids I have already told, it will contains both the characteristic of plants. So euglenoids, here we can see presence of two characters, that is plus, plant also, animal also. Why means, I'll tell the points and you can able to understand clearly. Now this is the structure of euglena, and here we can see mouth-like substance, mouth-like aperture, and this will take food from outside and it will leads to heterotrophic mode of nutrition also. And this euglena contains chloroplast inside its body, so they can do photosynthesis also. So it will possess both autotrophic mode of nutrition also, heterotrophic mode of nutrition also, and that's why we can call it as euglena will comes under, it won't comes under as a plant, as an animal. So it will, we can tell it is a single celled eukaryotes, contains both plants character and animal characters. So this is a general category, general characteristic. Next I'll explain where it will be. It will be in fresh water. That word is very, very important. Chrysophytes will be in fresh water and marine water. Dinoflagellates only marine water. Euglena will be in fresh water alone and in stagnant water. Okay, what do you mean by stagnant water? It won't move from one place to another place. It will be in one place only. So that we can call it as stagnant water. And instead of a cell wall, they have a protein rich layer called pellicle. So this word is very, very important, children. Why? If it is a plant, it should contain cell wall. So there is no cell wall in the euglena, but the cell membrane, instead of a cell wall, the outer side of the cell membrane contains one more layer. That layer is, we can call it as pellicle. That nature of the pellicle is protein. Okay, nature of the pellicle is protein, and which makes, if it is a protein, it is a flexible. Okay, in our body also, because of the protein only, our body is flexible. If we don't have protein in our body, we can't able to be a flexible organisms. So protein makes a body, protein gives a body structure. Similarly, the flexibility depends upon the proteins in our body only. So outer layer of the euglena contains a pellicle. That pellicle is made up of protein. So this protein is only giving flexibility to the euglena. And here, okay, though they are photosynthetic and in the presence of sunlight, when deprived sunlight, when there is no sunlight, deprived sunlight means when there is a less sunlight or there is no sunlight, and it will behave like a heterotrophs, and it used to predate other small organisms. Interestingly, the pigments of euglenoids are identical to those which is present in higher plants. So example for the category euglenoid is euglena. So it possesses both plant and animals. Plant character chloroplast, animal character there is no cell wall. Instead a pellicle layer, protein layer is present, and if the presence of light, it will behave like a autotroph. In absence of light or very less light, it will behave like a animal. It used to get food from outside because it contains a mouth like apertures. So that's all about the euglenoids. Example for euglenoid is euglena. So next video I'll explain slime mode and protozoan. With that we'll wind up. So next week we'll see remaining. Thank you.